Hello, and welcome to the weekly update for Project 2026, the Million Souls Campaign. My name is John Whaley. I serve as Chief of Staff for Prayer at the Heart. I'm also blessed to serve as the Executive Pioneer for the Rooftop North America. Now, if you're not familiar with the Rooftop, we are a global prayer-based disciple-making movement, uniting and equipping the church to join Jesus in his mission. Well, if you've been keeping up with the Christian news feed as of late, you are aware that God has been moving on college campuses in the last few weeks. Two in the state of Florida. February the 10th, Unite had their event at University of Central Florida. 5,000 students came, 1,600 made decisions for Christ, hundreds baptized that night. The very next night, Southeastern University, Lakeland, Florida, wrapping up their 3-day Bible conference with the theme, Do It Again, Lord. Well, God heard their cry because on that night, that Wednesday night, God did it again. He showed up on that campus. For the next 9 days, they had an Asbury-like movement of God, testimonies, repentance, prayer, healings, deliverances. And though they are no longer having their daily gatherings, God is still moving on that campus. Now, for those of us who are watching what God's doing in this generation, we're excited about this timing because this Thursday night is the Collegiate Day of Prayer, which will be at Liberty University. That's where the global broadcast will be taking place. 9,000 to 10,000 students on campus gathering together to pray, to worship, to cry out to God, to move on the campus, move on their city, move across the nation, joined by campuses all across America and literally around the world who will be a part of that global broadcast. That night, we will have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of students and others praying together for God to move on the Collegiate Day of Prayer. And so these are exciting days, and be praying for all that God's doing that week at Liberty. There's a revival roundtable taking place led by One Cry, who is one of our strategic partners. There's an evangelism roundtable recording taking place that I will be a part of. And then on March the 3rd, I'll be leading a rooftop campus encounter on the campus with students as we look out over the campus on that Tuesday night and ask God to give us a fresh vision of his heart for the campus, for the city, and for the lost. There'll be a prayer wall where they can put their names, the names of lost people they know. And we're going to challenge them that night to pray for those people and become a part of the Million Souls campaign. God is moving. God is moving. Jesus is inviting us to join him as he is literally drawing people every day across this nation by the thousands upon the thousands to him. And we can begin, and we're a part of that. We're a part of that. And so are our strategic partners. I want to talk to you for a few minutes about our strategic partners. We have some amazing partners. One of those is GAP 26. GAP 26, the Great American Prayer Revival, begins this Sunday night, March the 1st, goes through March the 4th. First time in history, in all 50 states, simultaneous prayer meetings will be taking place in churches and in homes. It's going to be an incredible 4 days. And each night there'll be a broadcast live from Nashville that you can watch. And so we encourage you to go to gapevent.org, gap-event.org, learn more about GAP, how you can be a part of GAP. Now in North Carolina, where I'm at, Tanya Skelly and I will be actually leading a nightly prayer call during those 4 nights, inviting North Carolinians to come together and pray for revival and awakening as part of GAP 26. Now, even if you're not in North Carolina and you say, I want to be a part of that prayer call, simply call each night 805-706-4508. And you can join that call. And if you follow me on Facebook, I'll be posting this. And so we'd love to have you join us for that call. Pray for GAP 26 as it takes place, beginning this coming Sunday night, March the 1st. I also want to take a moment to talk to you about another one of our partners, the Bless app. If you do not have the Bless app on your phone yet, you need to download it today. We're wanting everybody associated with Prayer at the Heart to download and use the Bless app. When you download the app, You'll sign up for a free account, name, address, email address. Once you sign up, they will send you a list of the neighbors who live around you. Names, addresses, a map. Every day you will receive 5 names to pray for with a suggested prayer. Now, it's not just praying, it's engaging. There's a whole strategy within the Bless app using the acrostic BLESS. B is begin with prayer, because that's where we start. L is listen. In other words, get to know your neighbors, build a relationship. E is eat with them. There's something about being around the table with food, eating that tears down walls. Serve them, and then share your story and share the story of God's love for them. Incredible app. So I encourage you, download that, then go to blesseveryhome.com. Go to their website, blesseveryhome.com, log in, and then once you log into your account, go to settings. You'll see it on the sidebar. When you scroll down, you'll see your church, where you can put the name of your church in, and then other Christian groups right below that. Search for Prayer at the Heart and become a part of the Prayer at the Heart Association. You go down a little further, you'll see a box to check off to be a light. And basically what happens is your house lights up as a light on the map. And if you're associated with Prayer at the Heart, we can see all of the lights across the nation that are associated with Prayer at the Heart in Project 2026, praying for their neighbors. As we talk about mobilizing Christians, millions to pray for millions to come to Christ, what a better way than to begin with your neighborhood. As a matter of fact, in March, Bless will be launching Bless America 2026, where they're mobilizing 1 million Christians, each of them to pray for 50 of their neighbors. Now, think about this. That's not just 50 neighbors, that's 50 households. That's 50 million households being prayed for, and that's all a part of this Million Soul campaign. And so go to Bless, go to your Google store, your Apple store, download the app, become a part, start praying for your neighbors. Trust me, as you begin praying for them by name, God's going to begin giving you a passion and a love for those neighbors. So become a part of Bless. Let me just also remind you of just going to our website, looking at all of our partners, praying for them. As they are joining us, we want to join them in what they're doing as well. So be praying for our partners because they are our co-laborers. 1 Corinthians 3:9, Paul reminds us we are co-laborers with God. And as we join hearts and hands with our strategic partners and we leverage our collective resources, friends, we're going to impact the nation and the globe with the gospel of Jesus Christ. Well, let me change gears for a moment. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have a living room or a family room? I would dare say probably all of you have a living room or a family room. Have you been to the resource section yet of prayerattheheart.org and looked at the living room gathering resource? This is an amazing resource where you can have people in the comfort of your living room come over, have some snacks, show them some videos, introduce them to Project 2026, talk to them about how they can become a part of the Million Soul campaign through prayer and even financial support. It's a great resource. Go to prayerattheheart.org, download it, look at it, set a date, let us know the date, and we will be glad to help you any way we can to have a high impact living room gathering at your home. Well, on the resource page, look at all the other resources that are there. Amazing resources to help you engage people with the gospel, to help you pray more effectively. We are right now revising the 50-day prayer guide, adding Franklin Graham's endorsement, Dr. Ronnie Floyd's endorsement, making a few other additions to it as well. And that'll be released very, very soon. But become familiar with those resources. Amazing resources. Also, I want to remind you, every other Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, we have what's called our All Prayer at the Heart call. It's for anybody and everybody who wants to join us on Zoom for an hour as we pray together, We give updates. We share stories. We hear from Dr. Small. It's an amazing, amazing meeting. And so if you want to know more about that meeting, just simply go to prayerattheheart.org. And when you sign up for the Million Soul campaign, we'll have your email address and then begin looking for inbox and invite to those meetings every other Wednesday. We want you to be a part of that as well. And I also want to remind you, if you haven't signed up yet to be one of the million, be sure you do that today as soon as you finish watching this video and become one of the million to reach 1 in a million with the gospel of Christ. Well, it's been great to be with you today. I hope you have an incredible week. And let me just remind you, as we go through the next 6 weeks, and there's so many details, there's so many things we're involved in. Let's not forget why we're doing this. It's not about the project. It's about the souls. We're mobilizing 1 million Christians to see 1 million people come to know Jesus Christ. And we know what's going to happen. Those 1 million are going to tell others about what Jesus has done for them. And we're going to see the dominoes fall, and we're going to see 2 million, 3 million, 6 million, 8 million. We're going to begin seeing this incredible movement because, folks, I believe we're on the precipice of the next great awakening. And this is just the beginning. I'm watching what God is doing in so many different ministries, visions He's given different ministries to reach people with the gospel, to make disciples who make disciples. I am so excited about what God's going to do in 2026, 27, and 28 as we move toward finishing the task by 2033 so that every person on the face of this earth has access to the gospel of Jesus Christ. Don't forget the why. Don't forget the why. Well, thank you for taking time to watch the video today. God bless you. We'll see you next week for our next weekly update for Project 2026.